Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Time for game number 3 here between Team D9 and the Trash Talkers. We've seen quite a bit of back and forth. Game of 1, Team 9 were able to turn it around because they're the Spectre and went into the late game. That's like the long and short of it. Trash Talkers in game number 2, they've been able to use their timings that they got out of some pretty solid laning phase. It was a bit more crazy than we normally see in this day and age, but it bodes well for game number 3, as we see Doom picked up first. Bottom.
Well, they finally banned the Warlock. That was highly overdue.
Oh yeah.
That should have been the ban last game instead of the Spectre. They decided to go with Spectre, Bloodseeker, Warlock. So also the heroes that they struggled against, and they're just going to ban them out and going with the Underlord once more, but this time on their side.
Yeah. Well, they're also
still not a fan.
First pick Underlord once again. Yeah, I mean, it worked out for them last time.
10 seconds remaining.
Able to get them themselves out most of the time, but I wouldn't say they won because of the Underlord.
He was okay. He could have been replaced by any other offlaner, though.
Yeah, like there was no big escapes where they would have been team wiped on if they didn't get out. I think
more like the opposite, where they all TP'd back when nobody was alive.
So yeah, that was not the main reason for their success, but it also didn't really hinder them all that much in the end. So they're going back to it now. We'll see what they want to come up with. If you had to see a Windrunner picked or banned in this entire series, which is a bit odd for me, but at the very least we see the Witch Doctor.
Maybe just two teams that don't like Windrunner that much. I mean, sometimes you just have heroes you're not comfortable on, even if they're in the meta. Maybe we have two teams that actually don't like her, but yeah. Witch Doctor, that's a nice pick, considering that it is pretty good against the Doom. It also stacks up because you deny it away from your enemy. It's a really good hero against Underlord. It just absolutely wrecks havoc. It's like just running Luna +1 against it. Or just going for like percentage-based damage. Same with the Monkey King. However, this does open up for the Monkey King, and to be honest, like there's no shame in second picking a Monkey King. Like that can work. You really gotta watch out with the remaining picks before it gets banned out. But you can go for it. Yeah. Oh, that's the discount X mark.
I don't know. I mean, Glimpse has it's only slightly different uses, but it's I don't think it's fair to call it discount X mark.
Bigger range, less utility. There's the Monkey King ban. Storm banned out as well from side of D9. Indicates Slug to me would be a decent pick against the Witch Doctor Underlord. Can dodge out quite a lot of damage that isn't affected by the stun by Witch Doctor whatsoever. And just trades phenomenally well against Underlord, especially if you already have like a disruptor on your lane. You will have more power and don't get overwhelmed by the Firestorm.
5 seconds remaining.
I probably still want to wait until a few more picks in, until you see a few more of Trash Talking heroes make the determination.
First pick Slug, just like my pub games. Can replace it with Pudge and it's yours, eh?
Yeah.
So, what are your feelings about Pudge?
Don't talk about it. Just being picked in every single game against me. And it's freaking awful. Like, you try to fight him, and then he denies himself. You don't try to fight him, you try to dodge him, and it's not possible because the hooks land and because of magnetic or some shit. I don't know.
Just kill him, lol.
Ha 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 ha. Again, you can't kill him because he kills himself before you can. Even if you have 20 million dots on him, he still denies himself. I don't even know how that's allowed. Literally, there's been times where I was Juggernaut, I had to spin on him, and he denies himself through that. Like hello?
10 seconds.
You're just gonna first pick AA. It can't happen then.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I hate Pudge too.
Yeah.
Lots of heroes that are pretty annoying, but hey, let's focus on this draft because Trash Talk is currently in their last ban for the second banning phase. Both teams still have a lot of reserve time at their hands, and I'd say what they're going for here. I think more Trash Talkers might want to go for an aggressive timing once more. D9. Well, what are you going with? Banner to Tinker that indicates more timing push.
Yeah, I mean,
D99.
this makes sense. Trash Talkers, they've been pretty good about having good lanes and playing them well. So if you then have heroes that can transition that into a mid game that builds more and more of an advantage and then can eventually push high ground, that'll be helpful. And Tinker is one of these heroes that just slows you down so much.
Yeah, and he provides burst damage as well. I would like to see from D9 that is something along the lines of an Ember Spirit. Since there's already big counters banned out, you get rid of the Sky, you get rid of the Bloodseeker on the other side of the draft, Spectre out of question as well, and you pick to Doom yourself, so that can't be used against you. I would like it. Let's see if they're up for it.
Yeah, just depends on what your plan is for the safe lane as well. Ember Spirit, like, if he's your sole damage dealer, he can just be very easily outplayed by running in as 5.
True, you could pick him for the safe lane and go with a Shadow Fiend in mid. Then you have that is not the sole damage dealer. Get it?
Yep. Soul, yeah.
Radiant team.
He is a physical. That gets a pass because he is a physical damage carry. Don't tell me otherwise. But hey, it's the Kunk again on Trash Talkers.
What do you mean again on Trash Talkers? D9
All right.
The last game.
Yeah. They sorted it out.
So they're dying that away from D9, so they can't do the X play to drag the Unlock back.
Yeah, I heard you like sandbags, so we put some sandbags to your sandbags.
It's gonna be a bit. It's a good counter to Disruptor.
Yeah.
Because someone gets glimpsed, it takes a while to actually to actually go and drag the hero back, so you have plenty of time to get the axe off normally.
That is a super tight timing though. That's not easy to hit.
It depends on how long the glimpse range is.
5 seconds.
True.
remaining.
If you glimpse it like a decent distance, that small little thing that you see flying across, that takes a while.
Gets faster the further away it is. So, well.
Yeah,
Anyways, they're gonna have a tool against the Disruptor. Also, I like Slaughter. That's a hero you didn't usually see that much, but I'm a big Slaughter fan. You know why? Because if a game goes late and you have the Slaughter, you make everybody hate you.
Team pick
40% bash.
of pain.
Trust me, it's so good. I've won games because of Slaughter 25. Just all you need is attack speed. You don't even need any defensive tools. You just run up to somebody and you just stun them forever.
Yeah. But then you get X'd, get bursted down, and
10 seconds.
then you don't even
remaining.
get level 25. You don't pick a hero just because of how funny their level 25
5
is.
seconds remaining. Dire
No,
team
I pick him because it has utility. Talking about utility.
Yeah, you pick it because you have an idea with him, and this idea is the Lifestealer. That age-old combo. Lifestealer invested into Slaughter, he gets a Blink Dagger, Blink, Crush, Corrosive Haze. Lifestealer clicks 2 times, and then the hero's dead. Might not work as well against Underlord if he ends up going for the Crimson Guard build, but
Yeah, they have
certainly helpful
small
against heroes
targets.
like Queen of Pain, Kunkka, Witch Doctor.
They're better against the Queen of Pain if you actually get in range and get that Blink Day early on. They have to Doom already. It's a pretty bold move actually picking the Queen of Pain into Doom.
Yeah.
And Disruptor. And Slaughter. But hey, they want the Queen. They're picking the Queen.
10 seconds remaining. 5
Alright.
seconds.
Show
Yeah,
me.
it's very interesting, isn't it? It's certainly not a good Queen of Pain game by any means, so it's just based on their confidence to be able to make this early timing work and basically run over D9.
But do they have an early timing? Not really. They really lack that push.
It's a thing, yeah. And
Who hits towers on their end? Nobody.
frankly, they haven't been that smooth in the last game either.
Radiant team pick.
Like
Voidbound.
with the Queen of Pain, the only way that works is if you execute almost flawlessly throughout the entire laning stage or throughout the entire mid game. But the moment Slaughter gets Blink online, the moment Disruptor gets levels, the moment Doom gets 1 or 2 items or Lifesteal for that matter, it gets so much harder.
I think I would go for like something like a safely in death profit here for Trash Talkers. They need push. They have nobody who remotely hits towers at all.
Yeah.
Whatsoever. Like, you don't like it applies the same to D9. They have nobody either who's really good at it. So whatever team has the better push on the last pick will most likely get that mid game control up and running, because you can get as many kills as you want in the early game. If you can't lock down towers, you just keep running into low second respawn timing. They just keep TPing in against you.
Yeah. Well, D9 can snag the DP for themselves if they wanted. You already have a bit of a minus armor strat, so
I think they
also
want
help you in team fights. Good against the
somebody
Queen of
that
Violence.
somebody that pushes but still is a vessel for the
Dire
lifestealer
team pick.
or an invoker.
That works. What you just mentioned.
I mean, it is
know,
probably
also-
Exalt Invoker, right? Like Sunstrike into Slaughter Stun.
Yeah. Like, I've seen very little Quasrex
You may now
invokers.
select your heroes.
I've seen very few invokers anyway, and the highest of levels, but it's still a hero that has a lot of utility to work with, and
He's
is
super
just a
slider.
monster in the late game.
Yeah, in late game that is, but it is definitely late game focused by D9 once more. And that's one cool looking Slaughter, I gotta say.
I think that's fine though, because again, Trash Talker's Juggernaut doesn't really solve that issue all that much. It helps with the idea of, hey, we're just gonna team fight and snowball on the back of that. But if they don't execute that perfectly, if they fall behind just a little bit, Team D9 will just have the better utility going later and later. Every minute that passes is a minute against Trash Talkers.
Yeah, I just see this. Imagine any amount of heroes jumping on Lifestealer. He's gonna press Rage and he's gonna be fine.
Maybe not against the Juggernaut, because it doesn't have a lot of armor to work with, so if he takes the full Omni Slash, or level 2 Omni Slash at least, that might put him out of commission, but that's what the Infest is for.
Ah, good job.
Correct. It's a fun hero if you have the right team around you. Like, if you actually don't just speed.
It's so good in late game. I have a current 7 win
Just
streak on
mid game,
him.
that's an 8-second AoE crush. That's very powerful.
Wait, you said 36 games?
Something like that.
Cool, I have the exact same
32.
amount.
I have 32.
Oh, okay. What's the win rate though?
53.1%.
Pathetic. 67 here.
Good
I'm
carry.
simple, man. I see enemy, I crush. But hey, let's focus on lanes, because we have a Trident at bottom, with a Lifestealer, with a Slaughter, and with a Disruptor. I did not expect the Slaughter to stick around the bottom lane. Expected him on the off lane with the Doom, because that's a killer lane, but I want to put my emphasis on the Jug, not on the Jug, on the Lifestealer, making sure he gets farm, and he's up against the Kunkka Underlord.
Just because he's sitting down here now doesn't mean that he'll stay here.
Maybe just going for the first spot, but Kunkka gotta watch out. He doesn't
Very
know yet
possible.
there's 3. Only sees 2.
You can actually see through here if you have the right angle. I'm not sure. Well, either way,
Convinced,
it
but
doesn't get caught, but they will secure both of
The
these
battle
bathrooms.
begins.
Same will happen on the other side of the map though, Haunter on the Juggernaut. Getting this one 2 for 2 trade. All is fine in the world.
A gift from the
2 for 2 once more.
Right, so talk about this Invoker matchup here against the Queen of Pain.
Yeah, so Invoker against the Queen of Pain, usually you struggle a little bit early on, but once you get that level 2, level 3 on Invoker up, you don't struggle anymore against the Queen of Pain, because you have that base region to work with, and you also do a good amount of damage. And Cold Snap plus a Forge Spirit can easily burst on the Queen of Pain. If you want to make some sick plays on the Invoker, and you get the Sunstrike afterwards, you can even ignore the Blink.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen often though. Oh, nice D-Ward coming out, he saw that one with his own ward.
Good wins. Went quite deep, getting a few extra spells off. Make it hard for Invoker to last it on the tower, and yeah, it is very hard. Still sitting at 0-0. Even with that Null Talisman in. Okay, first spot down bottom. We finally pull the trigger on that Crush walking in, and very easy on the Underlord early on.
Very easy indeed. And Gotta say, this Kunkka Fields without impact at bottom, especially because he went for Orb of Venom. He just can't harass anyone. Against the Slaughter, you didn't trade well. Same with the Disruptor, just stacks on top of that. Lifestealer will just ignore you later down the road with the Feast.
Yeah.
So. And Haunter's actually struggling on the top lane against the Doom. Getting really low. Has to use the Self already, 1 minute in.
It's kind of crazy that they're unable to zone out this Doom who's all alone. I mean, even went for the second level point into the Devour. Now with Kunkka here, Torrent will connect on top of the spin. They should be able to bring it down now. The extra body blocks. So maybe Sam regretting his decision not to go Scorched Earth. Not sure if it would help him there.
I think it's the right call to skip it. It won't help him. Like the moment they hit level 2 on one of the supports, he just doesn't run anymore. Even with the Scorched Earth, he gets a cast to the face. He has a torrent to work with, and then he gets spinned down. And it doesn't really help you that much. I think just maxing out the Infernal Blade is still the option, even without the bonus damage, just because you have the max percentage. You already forced out something on the Juggernaut with the Self. You're trying to establish some more control. I think it's absolutely fine to skip the Scorched Earth for now.
Oh, so he decides to max out first. There's not too many great creeps from around here, just the Centaurs and the Hellbears. Great for aggressiveness, but not exactly great for lane sustain.
Talking about not so great, Underlord's still struggling. Trying to pull the creep wave now. Let's make sure he does not get punished that easily. Okay, he can't
Invoker,
even.
though, I mean, yeah. Good
Yeah,
heads up
there's
play.
a fish.
Slaughter, he was invis for a second, but there was a sentry ward mid, so he could not set up for the Queen of Pain. And now Arthur, almost getting caught by the Torrents. And now Cold Snap forced out a couple of right clicks. He might still take out some damage over time, and he does indeed. Sunstrike off the mark, and the Self will make sure the Queen of Pain will be just happy to keep going in this lane.
Yeah. This is a really tough lane. 6 losses to 15 or 16 and 7. And it's just going to get worse from here on out.
There we see one of the reasons why Invoker is perhaps not as popular these days.
Yeah, because the hero sucks.
Yeah. At least in lane, but well, you can still look towards the bottom lane and reassure yourself. Lifestealer doing extremely well, 21 and 16. All of these nice. Certainly also be very effective against the Underlord. Doubling up his level right now, and well, Doom can feel safe up top since that he found the jungle. He did find himself a Satyr though, for the extra region. Should help him out a little bit.
I feel like Doom is always rolling the dice, you could say.
Go again, Desmond. Mayfield gonna keep him where he is. Plenty of time for the counterers to jump in. Sunstrike, that's one way to help the Invoker catch up.
At least a little bit. That's what you want to do. You want to shift from jungle to Sunstrike kills to farm in the mid lane.
Yeah.
But I was talking about the Doom, so Doom always feels a little bit like random, because you want to, you get a good lane, like if you have that, if on the first or second Devour, if you find that Santa with the Unholy Aura, you just straight up sit on lane, because it's a free ring of health you're getting. Like you're sitting at 9 base region with a high health pool. If you don't get it, however, then you're stuck with like a Halberd Smasher, which is okay, but all the other creeps are just not worth it at all because you don't have the mana sustain.
Yeah. Here we are again, another crush. And a couple of right clicks here. Desmond, cool guy, still saying level 2. The Sunstrike on the money, but on the mark, but not enough to actually give the kill
Which
by itself.
doctor?
A gift from the Tempest of
Don't get greedy.
He's
Don't
dead.
get greedy.
He's very dead. Nice to know
Nice
in
to
the
bind
bounty.
to rune. Yeah. He got
actually
really
got
greedy.
Yeah.
He man-fighted a Doom with the Unholy Aura, with the Infernal Blade, with a Maledict on level 2.
Yeah.
That's just not going to work.
Especially now with that extra nuke on the Shockwave as well, which is also quite helpful. Don't have too many of those, but in case Witch Doctor were able to walk more, you can just finish him off on range.
Smoke rotation mid with the board. Should be an easy kill.
There's the X, kind of bouncing around. He's casting some spells, yeah. Slaughter's there to try and turn this, but it will not be enough.
Tried to go for the deny. Couldn't pull it off in time.
Try to go on the Queen of Pain. There's no blink available. And with a couple of extra right clicks, we could have been getting that counter kill, but It was not to be.
Not to be indeed. But yeah. I'm still farming bottom. A little bit struggling behind the Juggernaut. Both have a massive amount of denies, that is. But I feel like the Doom offlane is doing way better than the Underworld. Talking of which, about.
You were saying? A lot of damage here down to Sam. But
Yeah,
so fast, so good. I mean,
You were saying,
extra movement speed, extra heals. You
Look
were
at
saying about the
Fraser.
Scorched Earth not helping? Well, certainly helping right there as Arthur dies again. The Crush only used. There's another one available in a couple of seconds to attack onwards. You need to move and not just stand there. That was a kill right there if you just chased down the Kunka. Oh man.
That he loses her life. Yeah. Queen of Pain level 7.5 almost, while the Invoker struggles to find it level 6. Just not like it really matters for the Invoker to get level 6 in particular, but still, experience is so vital on that hero, and I don't see him moving into Midas or Agnes anytime soon. They're going on the Doom top.
Try again. Sure. But going down to half health now with the Maledict early. No way for him to not die there. So sacrificing top and mid quite a bit in exchange for his lifestealer, but Haunter, he's doing even better in terms of CS by comparison, which is also gonna adorn with some extra kills if he could, but that single Omni Slash not nearly enough for a very tanky hero. Need to spin follow up and you didn't have it.
Yeah. Well, I would say the lanes are going absolutely fine for D9. The Invoker is a big problem, but the lifesteal will make up for it eventually. He's going for the Radiance build, which I would prefer here, and Slaughter already has a good amount of money stacked up towards that Blink Dagger.
Sure, brushing it by the looks of it, unless he wants to go for the Tranquil Boots, but make the decision just yet.
Yeah, Max Infernal Blade is just so powerful here. Oh, cancelled the AG. Cancelled the attack. Couldn't get it.
That's too fast. Middle lane again. I've seen this dance before. And this is the only reason Doom can feel as good as he is, because these supports keep rotating towards mid. Continually killing poor Arthur. So really Slaughter is always there to pick up the slack and soak up what's experience otherwise would be going to waste. Which is also useful. Slaughter level 6 is quite a big damage dealer thing. That's what's the mid that they're doing in this combo. Top lane Sam, body blocks, left, right, and center. Turn things around with right click on Tree and Sunstrike. Oh!
Sniper here!
Yeah, got him good. I think middle lane just straight up, yeah. Golden kill from Burning Legion, who's on top of it here with the Queen of Pain. So far this pick is working out. But that's pre-level 6s on the supports and the Doom.
Yeah, the moment the Doom hits that level 6, the Juggernaut needs to support a lane all the time. If you just get Dooms, you die. Like, Doom is not afraid diving you on the tower with Scorched Earth. He also has the Legion aura, I can just keep mentioning it. Working towards the jumps next. Is it going on the Underlord bottom?
This guy, like, he cannot feel good about this game so far. The Sunstrike, a little bit too late, off the mark. The Crush as well, so it's actually... It survives just a little bit longer. The Glimpse back, it's even enough, yeah, with that extra Crush now, but enough time for the Queen of Pain to turn things around. That's the one support already dead. The other forced to slither away. So the turn, it was supposed to be a very easy kill into a 1-for-1 trade.
Trying to go on some top. He has the Doom to work with. Might just turn around and kill a Witch Doctor, but it's not even worth it at this point.
No. If you kill him then without the Doom, they don't want to dive further. Easily could have. Even with the Juggernaut there, I mean, maybe we're afraid about the Omni Slash the spin. I can see that. Or maybe just waiting for Slaughter to come in. They're all smoked up.
3-man smoke.
This has been scouted out. Dire have a ward up on the side ground. Know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, I think they need to just take the stack now. There's a massive quad stack over here. Oh, it's such a juicy stack. You have Slaughter. Come on, just take it. Take that stack.
Yeah,
I mean, they have
that's all we're gonna get from
Shockwave.
this.
Shockwave, Thunderstrike. They can easily get this. This is so much gold sitting around.
And experience. It's almost more important for these two supports. But... Alright, that's a spin. Maybe they can get the Juggernaut now. They're looking for the glimpse and they find it. Follow up with a crush. Oh my god, off the mark. They still find the Doom. Couple of right clicks. He's fighting though with the cast bouncing. Meldick, they'll take out the Slaughter. And Carl looking to get in range for the deny. And he gets it!
Is under attack.
Oh no.
He's gonna get punished for it. Angry Doom. Angry Doom. That was a big kill. I mean, they still end the killing spree, but not worth it. Oh well, Vega gets life mid again.
Still has the blink.
They kind of protected their stack by dying, so there's that.
I mean, that started off with a mistake from the Juggernaut spinning. Then he comes back, but then mistake from the Slaughter. Just not hitting the crush. It was probably a bit of control that they needed for him to maybe survive despite the maledicts, because he took 1 or 2 crits to the face there.
You make a mistake. You make a mistake.
it's-
Everybody makes a mistake.
It's a comedy of errors right there, and then just a good play from Carl to get the deny out on the Doom target.
Yeah, sure frustrating. Like, that's one of the worst that you can actually deny the Doom target. It's one of the worst things that can happen to Doom, because it is a really long cooldown, and most importantly, you lose a lot of mana using it.
Like Desmond, this time they do it well. Crush into Sunstrike. That's another kill for Arthur trying to catch up, but once again, the cast bounce again. Big old Sonic Wave, Burning Legion. Onside the Stag Storm, but not Kinetic Field. He can just walk out of it. No damage done whatsoever.
Yeah, no kinetic, because he's dead.
And already expired, also on cooldown. Feels bad.
Relic up for the lifestealer. Jack himself is going for the Yasha build. Skipping
go
out on the
again.
Battle Fury.
Some aspects don't really work, some do work very well. They have to try and keep them alive. Psychonrus, let's get that ultimate off on the Queen of Pain. It means that he will not, or she will not feel comfortable continuing this engagement. Yeah, you were talking about lifesteal. Relic, that's a really good timing on that. So this Slaughter, getting as much kill involvement as he is, like back and forth, but he's still inching closer towards the blink. That Radiance lifesteal is going to be an issue that they haven't really addressed yet whatsoever.
It is going to be an issue, and the Jug... I feel like the Battle Fury build was needed here for him. Just to get some control on the map, because how do you out-farm D9 here if you fall behind? Like, Lifestealer with the Radiance, he's gonna passively farm. You have an Invoker who will farm the majority of the time. And even Doom is just having that bonus gold steadily flowing in, so going for like yeah, Yasha into Battle Fury. Alright, now I'm confused.
Dive are scanning.
I like this.
Can't
at all.
say I'm a fan. Can't say I'm a fan.
I don't think they can play the farm game. That's what we were talking about in the draft. I think you just go Blink Basher or Blink Axe even.
Radiant's middle tower is under
It's
Maybe
not
attack.
be able to
getting so
fight
much.
and burst people down, but not sharing the experience. And, shouldn't be anything else coming out of this, but
Living on the edge there. The Queen of Pain, Orchid, and 700 gold. Yeah, I haven't talked too much about the Queen of Pain because she's second in net worth. Peak over there. Both top.
here we go, Crush. Spinoli came out here despite the Doom. Not gonna stop him from killing that actual hero.
For a queen.
That's a bit awkward. Yeah, and
Radiant's
Psychonrus
top
does
tower
get
is under
the bounty rune. Cannot get his own though. Oh, can he? Carl? Pretty damn slow! Oh, he gets it just in time. Like, gives life forward. Oh, one more right click!
Is under attack.
He's fast enough.
What? What was that range?
That was a monkey king right click. He just threw his freaking fish at him.
Slaughter King.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Man, me.
Middle lane. Okay, that's a big kill though. That's a really big kill. Especially for Arthur here. That's a big killing spree. 629 gold for him.
How did he even reach the minus?
That's Invoker. They always go minus.
Yeah, he has 5 kills. Then I forgot about all the sun strikes.
Things are happening.
Not like this.
Focus catching up. Lifestealer is having the Radiance flown out to him right now. Doom, despite everything, he's still doing okay. He's still
Lifesteal
gonna have
is
an impact
always
with ultimate.
Lifesteal is one of these heroes I always forget about when they do something, because nobody contested him whatsoever. Underlord is the same. Like let's just say Underlord 45. Like he's doing as the Doom. Like he can't contest the Lifestealer. And Lifesteal actually has 50 denies. Ouch.
Again, that's 1-3 for my side of the best here. Orchid though. Okay. Not expecting this one. Really good reveal there from the Queen of Pain on the big ass target. Karl is also still fighting here, but Sunstrike after the Centaur Storm. Shed though between him and Otto. Karl is still alive. Now Sam. Oh, he's gonna join his Lifestealer friend in the afterlife in a second.
So much heal done by this healing ward. They have so many healing walls on this.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Lots of region. Like I know it's gonna build into mech at one point.
Dire's
At least in the Crimson.
structures are fortified.
Then you have the Voodoo Restoration later on to work with. You have the healing mode from the Juggernaut, and you have the boat buff. So they're super tanky in those fights.
Yeah.
If they lead the initiation with a boat, they're almost not unkillable, but it's gonna be really hard. But in Infest, that's the first slaughter bomb with the blink, not revealed and smoked up.
Yeah.
Who's the target there? I think
it's just
you
these
just
item
go for the
timings.
quad.
Bottom tower is
And
under
there was a good reveal from the Orchid the first time they saw that was completed. Now this is the first Blink Dagger. They go in. The Omni Slash will turn this around immediately. Most of that Lifestealer, he's dead. Just like that, they do get the Kunkka from Rodcast. Even more than Saurus, he gets glimpsed back into a crush. Alright, that's some revenge kills right there. Who's gonna get it? It's Arthur. Double kills. He also finished up Karl, I believe. Yes, he did. So not as bad as it looked initially. At least not for the rest of the team. Bash! Oh,
So close yet so
There's all the
far.
glimpse.
There we go.
Felt that.
Sunstrike just in case, but yeah.
I gotta give it to Burning Legion. He had an excellent Orchid timing. Slaughter was jumping in. At the moment the Lifesteal came out, he orched up the Lifestealer and he couldn't do anything. And that was the kill, but still, they lose 4 after this after this, and that's a lot of gold going their way. 700 gold just for the Queen of Pain for the team.
Yeah. This is where we start to see this trap. This is an indication of where it's supposed to be going, just looking at the drafts alone. Like, this is not a lineup that can match up very well against what D9 has. Because of that exact reason. There's so many counters to the Queen of Pain. So she needs, like, a BKB ASAP, and that's why she has to do it
BKB
up.
argues, yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I think the problem with the BKB always is the moment you eat one control spell or one silence and whatnot, you have to pop it, and then enemy just backs off.
Yeah. I guess it's alright in this game since you have some ways to keep them back and make sure to, that you can fight them. It's mostly the X. It's gonna have to come in clutch there.
I think he should be going for something a little bit more risky, like going for a really fast Lotus Orb would be nice. Not only against the Doom, but you can also purge off the Slaughter stuff from you.
That won't help you though. Won't help you survive.
He just needs so much.
It's
Dire's middle tower is under
there's
attack.
no way you don't go BKB here.
Just rush Aeon Disc. First item Aeon Disc on Queen of Pain, there we go. That's my kind of pop game.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna dignify that with a comment.
I mean, we talked about the Queen of Pain in the draft, right? Like, picked into the Doom, into the Disruptor. He knew what was coming.
There we go again. Blink Crush. Stun Strike here. Static Storm on 2. Need a bit more damage though with the turnaround with both as well as that one. Oh my god. I did not expect everyone to be there. This is
Sad.
both lacking the damage output to actually make these skills work.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That was really sad. I expected him to wipe the floor with Trash.
Lifesteal was inside there.
Has fallen.
Maybe get the kill. If Invoker throws a meatball on top of it. All good, but just between the two of them, they'll have a lot of control, but they don't have a lot of damage.
Now you give up control once more. You had a really good fight at bottom with the first Blink Dagger reveal on the Slaughter, but now they play coordinate again on charge, and they're moving as 3 or more on the map together. Then they're gonna start locking down more towers, and there's only there's only one tower that D9 actually took away from them, which is the mid tower, to be fair. But you only have your two tier 2s remaining. Despite having no tower pusher, Juggernaut is at least somewhat decent against them.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Juggernaut gives you that sustain, at the very least. So if you're 5-manning down towers, you can keep your health pool nice and high. Not also a stealth, but also help out your creeps.
Dire's bottom tower
For now.
is under attack.
And Axe trying to force out the rage, and there it is. But there's also a blink and a crush. No follow-up though from as Tychondrius realizes that. He's like, team? And he finds the enemy team instead, which is not a good
Report team.
Tower is under attack.
And gets the D-Ward as well, so everything lost, that's just some free gold they snatch away. They gotta be really careful about this Lifestealer, because Lifestealer is going Radiance into Solar Crest. It's gonna give him some natural tankiness. The problem is, I don't think the Lifestealer will do enough for them. And Invoker, despite having the Aghanims up and running, what do you really do in those fights yet? Like, if the Queen of Pain finishes up the BKB and jumps in your backline, she can take you out, even if you go for the Yules. You will just come down from the Yules, and then you immediately run into a pit of malice from the Underlord. You have a spin on top of you, there's a boat flying towards you. They have so many tools, and this Doom is not really getting used that much. He's going full utility aura build.
It almost feels like D9 is making those mistakes that Trash Talkers did in game number 1, where they don't actually execute the lineup properly. Because there's a way for them to take teamfights very easily. Like we've seen the start of it in mid lane just a moment ago. Blink Crush into Static Storm. And if you have the rest of your team there, there's no way that Trash Talkers can fight into it. But right now, if it just ends up being these kind of skirmishes, if you don't have the initiation, then or if you don't have the proper initiation damage follow-up, then you just lose.
Can use
same
Juggernaut
goes
as a
both
good
ways.
start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same goes both ways.
And that was with the Manta. He just bought it up.
Yeah, again, doesn't really help you against Static Storm, so
It's more like who makes less mistakes.
Yeah. That's Dota in a nutshell for you in general, but also almost feel like Juggernaut needs a BKB instead of the Manta.
Yeah, BKB would be needed. The question is, I'm actually not quite sure. Did they fix that you can Manta yourself out of the kinetic field? Or is that still a thing?
Still a thing.
Yeah. Maybe he's going for that, so he can justify the Manta.
Well, didn't help him there. Also Crush available. Also going for the Yules, so extra control. Extra utility up against him being silenced up, so yes. They're getting some extra things going their way. Right now, Trash Talk is on their 2 cores. Gotta give it to them. They're keeping up to the farm, and they're actually staying ahead due to this Battle Fury.
Yeah, this Battle Fury keeps them in game, but they have to watch out. Samam on the Doom, he will have to blink again 20 gold. So finally going for another different initiation item. I think there's a general strategy how they want to approach fighters. They have to slaughter an X-Bomb, which is great, but I would use the Doom as a follow-up immediately on the Juggernaut. If you Doom that Juggernaut, like, you don't need to commit to Static Storm, meaning you have the Static Storm left for the Queen of Pain, and you can actually do something. There's a BKB out and running, but whoever you hit with the Doom is going to be absolutely helpless in the fight, and they can get 2 easy kills whatsoever. There's not really any big counter initiation by Trash beside like maybe the boat, but even that takes some time to develop.
Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, Doom either Jug or the Queen of Pain. Use the rest of your control for the other. And, burst them down. I mean, both of these heroes, if they don't have their defensive utility going, either the BKB completed now on the Queen of Pain, or just the blink out, or for Juggernaut the spin. If they don't get that off, they just end up as very squishy heroes indeed. Good scan for the Radiant as well. As they realize that this movement is happening. Blink out from
Dire's top
Conris.
tower is under attack.
That's some interesting items on the Kunkka.
TPing out actually.
I gotta, for efficiency purposes, I gotta point aside.
Radiant's
Well, he's currently going for phase boots. He bought in Ether Lens with the arcane boots and double arcane. No.
fortified.
Double energy booster is not okay.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Not okay.
Oh well.
Unless he goes for Bloodstone, this is unacceptable. Could actually be going Lotus as well. I would like that. I really like Lotus off this game. It gives them so much, and it is always something to be concerned about if you do.
Roshan is scouted.
Slow Roche.
Illusion.
Are they
So
though?
weird because you have the. You didn't have the start
Dire's
ultimate on
top
them, did they?
tower is under attack.
No, like, how did they get scouted?
It was a torrent from somewhere.
Huh, interesting. But yeah. Was a slow rush anyways, they need like 2 minutes to kill it.
Guess only 2 heroes inside the pit.
Getting Menta next on the lifesteal. Alright, I can dig it. Why not?
All you
Gives
need
you
is
targets.
the silence, then you rage, and then
Yeah, not only that, it also gives you utility against the Juggernaut, because
Yep.
you have more targets for the Omnisage. But hey, thanks for softening up that Roshan.
a little bait though. Blink Crush, Static Storm here, but Hunter gets his way out. The bolt coming in will be for the most part like Conris. He's already dead though. They need something more. The Stance on the Dooms, he can't throw out his own ultimate just yet. Burn Legion with the BKB, wants to fight more as looks like he'll be able to make his way out. Hunter. He's still fighting though. He has the Aegis, he doesn't care. Infest into one of the Ancients. Now the Omni Slash bouncing back to them and interrupted. Nuts here on the Lifestealer. More luck than anything else in this particular situation.
Luck is all you need.
I think
Chuck's still on the
contest
hunt.
is oh, that's the Queen of Pain though. You do not have the Aegis in this hero. Trying to get it out with Desmond, but the damage is there. No denied this time. Carl will get out. Same for Hunter. He's still lost. The Queen of Pain, maybe unnecessarily. Stay really
Yeah.
engaged there.
Really unnecessarily, and especially without the BKB, there was nothing she could do.
I like the decision to contest there. I mean, this is what the lineup is supposed to do, but they were just a little bit too late and a little bit too discombobulated. Just going
Should have
in
taken the
one
win.
by one.
Tower is under attack.
They should have just taken the win with the Roche and try to back off.
There we go. That's really good though. Kunkka
Dire's middle tower
down for the count. Cast bouncing around, so Lifestealer though unimpeded. Quick glimpse on Carl.
It smells
Okay,
falling
what
apart
they're really
here.
good at. Yeah, this is what the lineup is really good at. Just constantly fight. Not just with the big team fight ultimate, but also just with the Blink Crush into
Dire's
the
bottom
really
tower
quick
is under
kills.
attack.
Lifestealer is pretty fast on his feet, even if he's not infested at this point. So you can always follow up.
Yeah, and slowly it is pulling back in D9's favor. Just looking at the graph really quick, was on almost 4k gold, slowly creeping back and forth. Some nice little waves and mountains we have there. Yeah, especially the experience pulled in their favor. But
Infest was scouted out. They have a defensive ward up on the high ground. Maybe baiting them into a bit of a fight with that aggressive TP in, but
Worthy
they're not taking
tribute.
that bait. There's also scout out the DD rune. Doom actually taking it. That is questionable. I feel like you would want to give that to the Lifestealer. I guess I don't really want to fight right now.
yeah, why fight when the Doom is on kill line? If you ask me, just we saw it in the last fight. They just used it and the Queen of Fate disappeared from the fight whatsoever.
Yeah.
Trying to attempt to push the high ground with Trash, but I'm not sure if this is the right move. Even with the Aegis, I don't feel like they're strong enough to actually breach this. Like, they gotta do that against the Slaughter, so they aren't gonna have perfect stun line up, then they end the choke against the Disruptor. There's an Invoker that has a lot of farm and can rotate in. And on top of that is the Lifestealer. However, that only works if somebody's actually defending the tower.
Well, not quite in
No
position to
fortify.
do it yet. The Blink Crush on 2. Lion follow up with that Static Storm here. Hunter gets out though. Omni Slash onto the Disruptor, but he only uses spells. Not good. Look at the big old Cataclysm. Doing not too much damage actually. If they were able to make their way out, the cast also slowing them down under defense. Oh, Hunter. Oh, that's laying off triple crush here, and that Crimson Guard not actually helping all that much against the pure power and the Doom and the Aegis. Desmond, he cannot stick around. If he goes back, he just dies himself and takes nobody back. Which also means that Haunter is, well, his second life is also forfeit. Minus arm on top of him. Another crush. Another life lost. I mean, the fact that they got the tower was just due to the fact that D9 were not all in position to take that same fight.
Yeah, with all human no one, but yeah, they really crushed that fight, and that's with the Aegis. I know if. What happened? Like, they had the Jug getting a nice pickup on the backline. Disruptor was down for the count. The Static Storm completely missed the targets. And then it just turned into nothing.
Such limited burst potential. I mean, Omniflash, you can't waste it on a Disruptor. Not, especially not a Disruptor who's already cast all the spells that he's gonna cast in the team fight. And then, yeah, Lifestealer was completely unimpeded that fight. No one really dealt with the Invoker, I don't think. Slaughter was able to get a couple crushes off. Like, those are the targets that you need to bring down. Like, Disruptor doesn't matter if he casts his spells already. Doom, if you can get him before he gets his ultimate off, great. Beyond that, you have to focus on the others. Realize it's not easy. Lifestealer that's raged up and has a lot of health points to work with. It's a challenge that you face. Now it's their turn to pull diagram. Damage done here with a bolt combo.
You okay?
He's actually dead, so that's a double crush to stay inside. Nah, let's not actually take this fight. They have the vision they do after the Dust for Disruptor, so. Overstaying their welcome a little bit. Oh, do they? The turnaround, big old Cataclysm again this time! It just kills everybody! Alongside the right clicks from Lifestealer. Legion kept alive by the BKB, can find the blink back to safety.
Under attack.
The buyback falls down on the Witch Doctor.
Oh no, not the Witch Doctor.
They're finally saying goodbye.
At least they saved all their tires, so I would still classify this as a win, despite the double kill, despite the buyback. They could have lost the top tower, which would have evened out the playing field, but now they can actually go for these shrines. There's some interesting walls in the middle of the Radiant, just gonna point them out because I really love it when it happens, when two supports put it away at the same time. But where do you go from here if you trash? Like, you wait for the next Roche, or you just try to secure the shrines. The problem with that is, shrines are like super open in the field. If you center yourself around this area, you don't know where Smoke Gang might be hitting from. Same goes from this, you have to go into low ground and actually defend that area. And if there's a Slaughter Next Bomb just coming in with a Doom blinking directly after, you have 2-3 heroes out of commission for the start of the fight and you just get punished for it.
Yeah. The problem that they have right now, going for these traditional objectives, is that they don't have the better team fight. They group up and go for a play like this, and if D9 is maintaining good enough vision, right now they have lost here in the bottom side of the map. They've 2 observer wards. Bit of a mistake there, covering the same area here outside the base. This is nice to also have. So you can deduce, hey, this is probably where they're at, so we're gonna smoke up ourselves and meet them head on, and they're gonna win these fights. So, I think the better way to go about it would be to try and split push, maintain vision of your own, and try and force them apart from each other, because this way you can kill them and get out easily.
Yeah, but I think that the problem with that is again, even if you get some kills and pickoffs, which first of all is really hard for Trash here, but where do you go from there? Like, if you go for a tower, the Jug is in the front line.
You go for late game, you force out mistakes or hope that they make some untrust errors of their own. This is the only way you win this game, I think.
Exactly.
Like, it's just the nature of the draft.
Shrine has fallen.
If D9 play this perfectly, there's no way they lose. I'm like 90% sure.
Yeah, your only chance is that your lineup on the side of Trash spins out of control.
Juggernaut hit twice. Missed both here because of the freaking Radiance burn.
Easy.
17% by the way.
Totally 17. I swear it's rigged.
Yeah.
That's the
Valve
BKB.
math right there. 3 doesn't exist and 17% means 100%. Oh.
Yeah, seems good.
Alright. Game slowed down just a little bit. 9, still have a few more items to pick up if they want to. Slaughter thinking about BKBs and Shadow Blades. Lifestealer with a completed Basher ready to go. Looking for the Abyssal Blade. You have Invoker. That's the Lincolns to protect himself a little bit more and go for the Hex next.
Shiva's guard up on the Queen of Pain. Some discount Zeus ult coming out.
Illusion.
It's a scouting cataclysm. Why not? Has a long cooldown though. 80 seconds is no joke.
It really isn't. Such an interesting addition. Such an interesting spell.
It is. I think it's a nice one. I think you should have. I think you should rework the challenge tree on Invoker. Like slightly nerf all the spells he has, or like some of them, and then just remove like stuff like just remove stuff like electricity damage or speed. Like just make it all that all his spells get like a different thing to add. Like the Cataclysm is one. The Radial Deafening Blast is another good example. But yeah, stuff like plus 5 seconds or 0.5 seconds tornado lift time is really not good.
Oh, that's not good. Double Crush, BKB forced out.
Debated.
No destructible disruptor, so Glimcable will keep him safe.
That's actually a big win.
Yeah.
That was a 10-second, wasn't it? Yeah. Ouch.
No, that's a cooldown now. Sheepstick ready to go on Invoker. Now look at this. I like this. They group up like they want to smoke, but they don't have a smoke.
They have an Invoker.
Not the same thing. You can also invest into the Invoker, that's true.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like, why don't you go for these pickles?
That was
I'm
so
pretty sure
weird.
with
They
the
were grouping up
Sheepstick.
like they wanted to go, but then they split up again, sort of.
Nah, this is the spot where you yell at your supports. Where's our smoke? Why is there no smoke? Support!
They might be out actually.
Abyssal finishing up for the lifestealer soon, has the recipe in his inventory, has the money to buy it up straight away. This has to go to the secret shop really quick. That's more lockdown for the Juggernaut. That's something you can't dodge with your BKB. Fancy BKB can't help you against the life. Still waiting for the nullifier on him though. I feel like if he gets that nullifier, it's gonna be absolutely insane against the Queen of Pain. No BKB, no Orchid, no Shiva, nothing. You get nothing. You get nullified up and bashed and you're just dead.
Yeah. I mean, Abyssal Blade is basically replacing that Orchid or Bloodthorn in this particular circumstance. It's
better.
Quite the
It's
mini
definitely
doom,
better.
Oh yeah.
Because there's Manta and BKB on the Juggernaut. He's gonna just toggle it off every time on the silence. So just having a basher instead is just way better.
Here we go again. We've seen the stance before. Roshan going down again. They with Trash Talkers. They have Aegis and Cheese. Once again, D9 actually a little bit too late to contest it properly. So this time they decide not to try at all. Just coming down to map control, just reading things properly. Actually planning for this Roche fight, but they didn't quite do that, I don't think. I'm not sure if they had a ward that got countered.
Regeneration.
Didn't actually see that. Yeah.
Generation.
Bound.
Either way, they give up that particular objective, so a little bit of extra help for Trash Talkers.
Yeah, and that was with the shrine on top as well. They just had no vision and just getting bullied out, you could say. But again, it's the same issue all over again for Trash. They still have to bide their time, and they're even falling behind. They have a battlefield reject. This should not happen. But there's nothing you can effectively do, because they're taking all the objectives they can comfortably take at this point. If they just run into the D9 lineup, you're gonna get hit by a Slaughter and a Doom, and then you just lose your Aegis or one of your heroes. Talking which, you might have some bold positioning, Mr. Jug. Might just get crushed.
Gotta be a bit careful. Let's have the Aegis. No fire actually backpacked. Interestingly enough. Attack on risk. Here's a passenger inside. Ping out if the target is easier to kill. Get rid of that immediately. The Sun Strikes helping out quite a bit, locking him down, but BKB in the background. Doom still comes out on the Queen of Pain with the extra bash. From one target to the next, but the Uber driver says, nope, we're out of here. Really quick.
Why are we gonna do?
Very well.
Oh, he might still die.
Oh my
He
god.
still dies.
Oh no,
He has
no.
the challenge.
Was it the boat buff stopping as well?
Yeah, the boat buff was stopping it, but it ran out.
Yeah, the boat buff ran out, that's what I mean. So he took a lot of more damage. Still, even despite the heals, that is crazy. That is really crazy. They don't get deny either.
Yeah, they could have gotten it, but I think he thought he might have a chance of surviving because it was the last tick on the boat buff. Still. Ouch. Doom hurts.
Yeah. It's my back though.
That's what you get from the Lincolns.
Oh. That was slightly mistimed glimpse. Not easy to
Yeah, it's hard to
get
predict. But hey, they're establishing themselves mid. They finally want their own T3 in. They might just get a perfect rush here.
Well, still the Aegis carrier, but they're gonna force out the first light, or will they? Still alive because the Room Kit boat comes in once again on top of the Death Ward. Doing too much here up against Lifesteal, but Burning Legion trying to do what he can, still holding on to his own ultimate. And want to see what he can see here. It could have been an easy kill on Disruptor, but maybe not worth it in the end. Can they all get out here? Can they turn us around? Yeah, that's
Yeah,
likely,
they definitely can.
certainly can once this Limit Cape wears off. And that's big old Cataclysm! Bring Haunter down to half health. Doom is there, running back in as the fight comes together. I think Disruptor just complete down. There's the Abyssal Blade. More batches. Not quite enough damage actually. The Omni Slash on onto Fort Spirits and nothing but. And finally, he will drop down. That's the Aegis. Should be able to find him a second time unless there's some extra help. Tom the Conker bolting in, buying enough time for the spin. Walking away. Desmond with a 4-star. They need to make their way back up to the high ground. But there's another blink, another crush, and the bash even. They need to focus on one target though, and then chosen one is the Underlord. He is dead. That's a flyback, uses it immediately. Still 60 seconds until Queen of Pain can come back. I don't think this push will stop. There's the Abyssal Blade on the spin. For damage here, they need the Doom, and they have it. There's the Uber saying, no, get the hell out of here. Will be successful, and I don't think he'll take out this time.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Now he's running back in. He doesn't care.
Everything. Yeah. With everything used, there's still no tier 3 down.
They're so bad at pushing towers. They have absolutely nothing. Lifestealer can't afford to even put one hit on the towers. Slaughter, practically no damage, full utility. Doom, one of the worst heroes to ever hit a tower, to be honest. So maybe Techies, front mines, but... And Invoker has to stay in the backline. He has damage, but the moment you're in the front line, you just have a Corp jumping on you, you have a Juggernaut jumping on you, you have a boat buff coming in. So, not much they can effectively do here.
Bottom line though, eventually, one of these teams, they will win yet another one of these team fights. Like, if you look at the fight recap, only one who died was Disruptor, just do some random please. 7.7k damage done by Invoker, 6.6k by Lifestealer, 4.6k by the Doom of all people. Like, they are winning these fights. And eventually, there will be no more buybacks. There will be no more cooldowns. There will be no more saving each other.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah.
30k net worth on the Jug. He's massive, but still, it feels like he feels super like paper. Even with BKB and Manta Style and the Butterfly, it just always feels like he gets way too much controlled.
Well.
AC next on the life stealer. No MKB inside yet, or anything with True Strike.
Yeah.
No
AC
Bloodstone
will help
either.
with the tower situation. Like if you don't go for the Desolator build, Lightsaber doesn't actually hit towers, so AC will help a little bit.
Yeah, the AC will help, but so does the MKB. Like, MKB would be fine for them as well. It's still 50 damage you get. It's not the
Good
worst.
Crimson Guards will prevent any damage from the Force Spirits. It's lasting long enough for him to
Crimson
get rid of it.
God.
Catapult!
Catapult!
Ah!
Nope. Do it! No, upper miss!
Again!
Twice? Are you
Oh my
kidding
God.
me?
There we
Force
go.
Spirits, thank you!
Another round.
Tower down! That was the most exciting thing in the last 40 minutes.
Won't go that far, but it was an objective that eluded him for way too long. Oh well.
That will allow him to open up down the shrines. That's really important because they haven't lost theirs yet, but it's still open for the taking. And once these shrines get down, the Roche is way more important.
Yep. Especially with the third Roche on the Refresher Shard. So many cool things that you could do.
Already
It's great
skating
for a lot
out
of
on the
heroes,
Roche.
like Invoker, double Cataclysm, potentially. Lifestealer, double Manta, double Rage, double Abyssal. Maybe double Doom. Double AoE Doom. Disruptor got himself an Aghanim Scepter,
Radiant
so
are
that's also
scanning.
online.
Wow! That would be nice. If he hits that correctly on Jug and Jug and Queen of Pain,
Yeah.
that's actually quite huge.
You have Queen of Pain. That is not something that you can afford.
On like Queen of Respawn, am I right? But yeah,
Only in 80 seconds.
they're gonna
And
use this.
I want to say that this is it, but it's getting pretty close. Because there's no buyback on the zero. That's a double crush here with the Doom. Actually reflected. Just controlling up the Juggernaut, that's more important. Especially if you lift up that Underlord. He still gets the Uber out. Carl with the Step 4 trying to do what he can, which is not a whole lot. He'll at least go down. So will this tower and fight the Crimson Guard. Free trying to do what he can. Nice little torrent. Crush will not connect. The X is back. Well, dropping kinda low, but not the lifestealer. He is just working away at this rack. Just waiting for a
Fun
chance.
leader.
Oh my god!
That's tilting.
Oh, now the Juggernaut. Abyssal bladed up. Let's get the Mental on the slash out, and a lot of that actually cleaving up on a few heroes. Invoker, not quite dead just yet. There's the crush. There's the X, even though it's reflected, the Lightning is still hitting. This is the end of it. I'm almost certain. Invoker is brought down, so he buys back. Rejoin the fight. Doom kinda low on health, so is everyone else. So we'll back off one more time.
Which Doctor not comfortable taking that TP.
Dire's bottom shrine is under attack.
Almost
Just one
TP
set
that
of racks
back.
down. This is so crazy.
Yeah, just one set, but one region rune to work with.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
One invis rune to work with, and a Roche respawning in 1 minute. Unlucky you. Might as well take the shrine. Nah, screw that, we're getting racks.
There we go.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
If they find a crush on the Queen of Pain now and sniper off, they win the game.
Only see Underlord actually missed the crush. No? Well, Lifesteal comes out to
Find
find your
her.
Pistol Blade though. 4-star Glimmer KP Gibby. Still alright. Still fine. Nope, don't panic. Don't panic. Sonic Wave misses, but don't panic. Cataclysm. Ouch. There was a Witch Doctor there, not anymore. And the Hex. He's eaten. The crush is there. The right clicks are as well. The bash is way too much. Just call it. Trash talkers.
Dire's top barracks.
To be fair, it almost feels like a little bit like the names are swapped here.
Yes, X
Just a little bit.
Dire's bottom tower
Well, we'll give them a benefit of the doubt and assume that that was not a PM pause. The fight rages on. Without the growth phase, not falling as quickly, but
I mean,
Yeah. This
you
is
get one
just-
more Omni Slash onto Luke.
Oh, poor Doom!
Just has some mini Dooms to work with, that's all good. They're also dead now.
Unlucky. All the jumps on him.
Now have Mega.
Yeah, Mega's up and running.
Another Blink, another Crush.
Dire's middle
Two
tower.
catapults to the base.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
This is just them fighting because they can.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
What's the question mark? Can you? Yeah, there it is. Finally calling it GG as they disconnect.
A little bit BM
But
at
you
the end.
still need to unpause the game.
Please.
Thank you. Don't disconnect anymore. It's gonna auto pause again.
Dire's ancient.
It's the worst. We need the courier to resume.
There we go. D9. Yeah, they do a good turnaround game number 1. Game number 2, well, draft not working out so well. In game number 3, though, like they got undrafted.